Hello, I'm Claudia K and welcome back to my channel. Got a static sale for you guys. So if you've been to all of my lives recently, you will have seen all of these items, but they might be at a lower price. So if you were interested and you thought, that's a little too high, maybe the price is right for you now. But if you want to skip this sale, understand. If you've seen all the items, I appreciate that you guys show up to my lives. Love that. And if you've never been to a static sale before, to claim an item, you just write the number and then a small description, because if you make a typo, then putting a small description in there lets me know. So, you know, smoke decanter along with the number of this item, and that claims it. If you've never purchased from me before, then you will need to email me your YouTube name, your real name if it's different, your shipping address, and your PayPal email. I ship through Pirate Ship to get you the best price on shipping, and I use PayPal. You don't have to have a PayPal account to check out on PayPal. You can check out as a guest. I just send you an email and you follow the link. So I would still need your email. If you have any questions, you can also email me or you can drop it in the comments below. I do have notifications on, so I get that immediately and check those often. The email will be in the description box, but it is also ClaudiaKVintage@gmail.com. ClaudiaKVintage@gmail.com, but my middle name is spelled C-A-Y-E. I know, my mom's weird. She did that. So I've got 15 items to show you, and I'm just going to get started after I have a sip of my sparkling water. Can you guys believe the summer's almost over? My niece started nursing school last week. She's settling into the new routine. She has classes on Mondays and Tuesdays, clinicals on Wednesdays, and she's still working as an STNA. She was working for two different places. One is the local hospital system, and one was a nursing home. Both Mom and I are like, that might be a little too much while you're also going to nursing school full time. So we'll see what happens. But I can't believe kids have gone back to school. Crazy. Time just flies. Okay, first item is this Smoky decanter. Now this would have had a stopper, which would have been fantastic. You know, a couple years ago, I found stoppers all the time at flea markets and yard sales. Not a single one this year, but I do still think it is absolutely beautiful because of the smoky color. I cannot tell you who made it. I couldn't find any info about it, but it is super pretty and 10 inches tall. 10 inches tall. So for the Smoky decanter, it's going to be $10, number 8. $10, number 8. And then, because fall is coming, I've pulled this one back out. This one would have had a fancy bubble top. It is made in Italy. And again, didn't come across any stoppers. This one was in my personal collection. And then when I moved, I got rid of most of my big pieces. This is the last one I have left. 10 3/4 inches. So it's just slightly bigger than the Smoky one. And it's fatter, definitely fatter, but made in Italy. It would have had a fancy bubble stopper, but fall decor, put a sunflower in this. Gorgeous. $10, number 5. $10, number 5. Next up, the blue slag glass compote. Now this one does have a rust spot there, and then here, and right here. It could come off with like a CLR. I did not attempt that because I am severely allergic to caustic cleaners like that. No chips, no cracks. The only issue is those 3 rust spots. And I couldn't positively identify this, although it is most likely Kanawa glass. Beautiful blue slag glass. So no chips, no cracks. It does just have those rust spots, and it stands at its highest point 5.5 inches. $12, number 18. $12, number 18. And my other piece of blue glass today, Westmoreland, most likely Westmoreland. It is not marked Westmoreland, but this pattern on the bottom was a Westmoreland pattern. And if you've followed along with class the last year, then you know sometimes the molds got bought by other companies and then reproduced. And these particular eggs, Westmoreland put a sticker on. They did not mark them with the WG that they did a lot of other things. And usually these had a flower hand painted here. So I don't know if this was a blank that never got painted or if the paint came off over the years. Because it's satin glass, I would think if it did have paint, it would have a slight bit of damage where the glass got polished back to clear. It doesn't have that, so I don't know. No chips or cracks on the top, and the inside just has some flea bites right along this edge. These eggs are this size. They're not very big. Like 3.5 inches long. But this blue satin, that color is just amazing. $12, number 6. $12, number 6. Next up, piece of Fenton. This one is hand painted. It's got the opalescent edge. And it's got a lot of detail right there. You can see who it was hand painted by A. Farley. Got the Fenton right there, dead in the center, so we know it was made after 1970. Just a pretty little compote. 4¼ inches tall and 4¼ inches wide. This was a 4-seam mold. No chips, no cracks. $15, number 12 for the hand-painted Fenton. Now at this point, everybody may have one, but just in case, I still pick them up when I find them. Homeco fairy lamp. And if you were actually putting candles that flicker, this is perfection for that, because this pattern throws the flickering candlelight all over the room. The Homeco is a nice sturdy glass. They were made by Indiana Glass Company. No chips, no cracks. I do include a color changing light, which is also pretty if you don't do real candles. But in every clear fairy lamp that I sell, I do include one of those. So your standard Homeco fairy lamp, they're nothing super special. Most people have one by now, but in case you don't, $12, number 16. $12, number 16 for the Homeco fairy lamp, which in my opinion is the most common fairy lamp. But I think everyone should have one. And my mom has ours up in the living room, and we do occasionally light a candle in it. Next up is this. I could not identify a maker on this one. It's in Pulley style. So in Pulley style, fishbowl type vase kind of thing. And it is clear glass with an overlay of cranberry. It's just so stinking pretty. I could do that all day. Let me tell you how tall it is. Almost 7 inches tall. And at its widest point, over 7 inches wide. Now the opening at the top is actually like 3 3/4. It is just stunning. I'm hypnotizing you. $15, number 2 on the Pulley style cranberry. Oh my goodness, I love it. But it does not match anything else I have. And since I have such limited space with it, because I have 2 cats. If you don't know, I have 2 cats. And I clear the spaces where they like to walk because they both like to be up. Like the very top of this doesn't have anything on it because they like to walk along the top of it. But they leave the rest of the shells alone if I give them the space to walk along the top. So I can't just fall in love with pieces and keep them. Especially when I have this huge swan collection. Which is my main collection. I have 2 main collections. I have the uranium glass and the swan, and I think my swan collection may have overtaken my uranium collection as far as number of pieces. But you guys gifted so many of these to me. And so did my family. Like this pink one, that was my mom. The amethyst one beside it, that was my daughter. The cranberry one beside that was a friend for my birthday, a friend in the vintage community. So were a couple of these. That one was gifted to me. So yeah. I don't have a problem. I just have friends. Next up. Westmoreland again, uranium glass bell, hand painted on both sides. And this is a little bell. This is not a big bell. It is only 5 1/4 inch. And, oh, I was like, where's my black light? It was on the opposite side. Let me turn this off. Beautiful glow. Beautiful glow. So, no chips, no cracks. It's uranium glass. It's beautiful. And this is what I think the egg should have had on it. As a flower, exactly like that. Although they did, you can go online and look, they did several different kinds of flowers, but this is one of the ones that they did put on there. So, Westmoreland uranium satin glass. And it is going to be $12, number 14. $12, number 14. Next up, this is the lowest price I have had this at. I was going to list this on eBay. And if you follow along with me, you know I've been having some health issues. And I took this month off from Glass with Class. And I thought, well, I'll get some things listed on eBay. That has not happened. It has not happened. And I'm still trying to clear some space and still have a lot of stuff. So this is the lowest price that I have ever had this at. Also, the sale prices will be good through the end of the week. This is going up on a Tuesday, the 22nd, I think it is. And these prices will be good through the end of the week of August 22nd. So there is no damage to this cookie jar, you guys. It is Franciscan Desert Rose. There are no chips, no cracks, like no water stain. There's cat hair on it, sorry. No water staining. The lid is intact with no chips or cracks. And this cookie jar is large. With the lid on, it's 11 inches to the top of the rose. Without the lid, it's 9. So, Franciscan Desert Rose cookie jar. Ooh, it's the big one. $35. $35, number 3. I have to carefully set it back over here. Ooh. Okay. We did it. Next up, the Franciscan Desert Rose Piggy Bank. Now this one does have, right here in the glaze, it looks like a fingerprint in the glaze. It's really hard for me to show, but just so you're aware of that, that is the side with the 2 flowers. So this is probably the side that you would display. So just so you're aware, there's a fingerprint right there in the glaze. It does not have its original stopper. Flower on its butt. And piggy bank is this big. Oh, do you guys hear my cat? He's 6 inches long. And he is also $35, just this week only, number 20. $35, number 20. 5 more items, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Possibly Duncan Miller. There were other companies that did these, but Duncan Miller seemed to be the most prolific maker of glass baskets. This one is a tall one. I was gifted a smaller one, which is actually on the top shelf, the shelf above this one, not the top. And you can't see it right now, but I do have that one up there. One of you lovely viewers gifted me that one. But this one is the bigger size up. It is 11.5 inches tall. And there is a defect inside the glass. There is bubbling right here. It's really hard to see, but just so you're aware, that is inside the glass. But if you've got it this way, you don't see it. If you've got flowers in it, you don't see it. It is etched. And these were usually hand etched. So it's got a lot of beautiful details. No chips, no cracks. And it is a nice size. $12, number 1. $12, number 1. Next up, I love this. It is a glass flower. Now I could not figure out the maker. You can see that the end has been hand polished there, hand cut, polished a bit. No chips, no cracks. It was filthy when I found it. And I'm thinking probably a smoker's home. I scrubbed, and it looks amazing. It is just over 19 inches long from here to its longest point right here. So just over 19 inches. This flower is nice and big. So the flower is actually 4 inches across with its widest petals. So 4 inches here. And yes, I am nervous to ship it, and it will ship by itself. I will not ship this with anything else. I would not want something to shift in the packaging and break the stem. So if you are interested, it will ship in a box by itself. And it is $20, number 4. See, that's what I'm talking about, the big pieces. I don't have any room for them, but they're stunning and I love them. Next up, King's Crown. This is the applied color. So if you give it a scrub, it will wash off. But this one's in pretty good shape. There are just some bits. There you can see. Very small bits where the red is starting to wear. This one is Indiana glass. And it is just over 5 inches tall. And the bowl, 5 1/4 inches. And it's funny because usually I prefer Tiffin over most anything else, but I'm going to show you the Tiffin sherbets here in a moment, and I like the Indiana glass version of King's Crown better, which surprised me. But it is $8, number 9. $8, number 9. And my daughter picked these up for me. Usually when I see King's Crown out, the red is so worn that it's not even worth picking up. So she found a couple of nice pieces. Next up, the King's Crown sherbets. And these are the Tiffin Glass Company. And that's because the thumbprints are elongated, and that makes them Tiffin instead of Indiana glass. They're this big. So for both sherbets, Tiffin glass, King's Crown, $8, number 13, and you get them both. And last item today is this Godinger silver-plated vase. It's this big, just a little bud vase. I have the swan version of this right back there. But this was just like the trumpet. 7 1/2 inches tall. And you can see right there. Godinger tarnish resistant Japan. Oh, so it's not silver plated, just metal. I don't know why I thought that was silver plated. Metal. But it's this trumpet style. Really pretty. It's another one that my daughter had picked up for me when she was antiquing. $8, number 7. $8, number 7 on that one. And that is all of my items. So if you're interested in an item, drop the item number down below. And if you have any questions, you can also ask those below, or you can email me. And lost my train of thought. No idea. Oh, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I have regular coffee chat and sale every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. For the month of August, I am taking off from Glass with Class, but Nikki is still doing Glass with Class on Mondays at 6 p.m. She'll be back on next Monday, the 28th, 6 p.m. with Glass with Class. And she's also still teaching you about glass with her identifying the find videos. I think that's what they're called. I should have had it written down, but that's Black Dog Vintage and Antique. If you need your glass information fix, she's still providing you with that. Remember, be kind. It doesn't cost you anything. It may mean everything to someone else. Bye, guys.